Hi, my name is Diego Maldonado, and this is my project, my personal project named Mico Desde Casa. That means Mi Cocina Desde Casa. In Because of the time, I'm gonna explain while I'm doing this presentation. So, in a few words, it's like a new delivery app service to connect the home wives to a final customer, to a final client, to them to sell uh, their food, their homemade food. So first, decline value perception. Urban families and young workers look for homemade nutritions and varied food options. Currently, really rely on Uber Eats or Rappi, also Didi Food, but often find meals expensive and lacking of authenticity. That what I'm going to do in this service to offer is that a new experience of a cheapest food and more original food because it's homemade food. So students and professionals need quick and affordable food solutions. Why? Because they don't have a lot of money to spend in food, and also they love the homemade food. Why? Because I also make validation that I'm going to explain forward this presentation. Independent cooks currently depend on local clients, WhatsApp or Facebook. That's also a competence, the social media, but I'm going to talk about later. One channel that gives them visibility and stable orders will adopt Miko if it offers fair commissions, fast payment, and exposure. That it's one of my main objectives to support that home wipes, you know. So the customer matrix based on main competitor fast. So customer segment list is the urban students, university students, small families, office workers. The competitors list is those that we also know that it's that these apps like Uber Eats, Rapid, Didi Food, also, like I mentioned it, WhatsApp, Facebook orders, like a direct contact, but that is not so safe for the final customer. As you know, I wanna get that homemade chefs or home wives that license that also give him a more confidentiality so they can sell more their food to this final customer. So the local fondas, for example, they are all over the city, as you know, affordable but no digital convenience of or structured delivery system. That is a very important point to mention here. So the matrix is the level of satisfaction. In this case, mercenaries switch easily depending on promotions. Preachers recommend when they find authentic, trustworthy homemade meals. That is a very good point, and I want to add to that very good point that license that I already talked about. The opponents think homemade food is unsafe, unreliable. That is not correct. I think the opposite, because a lot of people uh, wants to taste the flavor of the homemade food. Hostages stay with Uber Eats Rappi due to lack of alternatives, but is not cheapest like this new project and. So validation interaction. I make all around 20 interviews with home cooks, customer service, and bench a really small benchmarking. First, the home cooks interest in the digital challenge, concerns about hygiene and commissions. Also, that is where the license enter in that specific point of hygiene. Consumer service 70 plus 70% show interest in homemade food at lower prices than traditional apps is what I already talk about. This is a small benchmarking similar apps abroad. So show the model it's viable. The segment is your customers aged to 20 to 40 professionals and students in metropolitan area. They need additional income, flexibility, and visibility to cook for this new service. Finally, the QFD. talking about all of these competence that you can watch right here. And well, the what customer wants, because of the time, I'm gonna accelerate a little bit this presentation. Affordable meals, food safety, and hygienic confidence. That is something very important that I want them, the homemates, to feel support by me, by this app, by this service. Authentic homemade taste. Any of those apps that already exist, Rappi or Eats, Didi Food, have those. Also, the trust and transparency, it's very important for them to also to the final customer and to the people that it's cooking. And the sustainability, eco-friendly packaging is something that I want to add to this service that any of those apps and delivery apps have yet, because they work with that packages of the restaurant, the actual restaurants or enterprises of food, and any of those have a sustainable uh, products. Well, yes, a little percentage of those, but it makes that more expensive, and I it's something that I wanna take out of this kind of service. And finally, Miko Homemade Food Marketplace. From openings, preachers, non-negotiable points that I want to add yes or yes to this project. Fair commission system to those homies that cook every day for this new system. The cook verification and hygiene checks. Also, I already talked about that. It's very important. They have the hybrid delivery and system pickup of or couriers, reliable and fast deliveries. Something very important. The review and rating system. Transparency. Always transparency. User-friendly app interface. It's very important for those chefs, the homemates, home wives that are cooking and don't know a lot about tech. Cook dashboard and fast payouts. Very important for them because that's the point of working there. And finally, eco packaging and local sourcing. The most important, one of the most important things that I wanna add to this new service that I'm gonna put of my of this that support that I wanna give to the homemade and to the final customer. Do they feel more help us doing this? And that is all. Thank you for your attention.